Wu Chen replies that he did do that on purpose. Wu Yurong glares at him, thinking internally that Wu Chen is infuriating and she must find a way to wipe him out. Wu Chen continues, saying that Director Wu seems angry but then quips a question that was it not exactly what she wanted when he had hugged her. Why doesn't she continue to pretend to be drunk, unable to stand, and then kick off her high heels? Could it be that she did it on purpose? Wu Yurong becomes flustered on realizing that he had already seen through her disguise. Wu Chen comes closer to her, saying with an air of confidence that Director Wu was the one who gave him this bold opportunity, but he feels that the tactics Director Wu used to deal with men are unnecessary to be used on him. He claims while pouring wine into a glass that he understands Wu Yurong even better than she understands herself, thus they should have a proper and nice conversation. He was not there to become her enemy. Wu Yurong, still feeling cautious of him, questioned whether he was not being overly confident, and what he meant by saying that he understood her better than herself. Wu Chen sips on the wine, replying to her with a question of whether it was true that her husband committed suicide or did she just specifically instructed some creditors to chase him to the rooftop and humiliate him in every way, which eventually pushed him to desperation and he, after not being able to bear such a stimulation. Wu Chen pauses in his speech, letting the words sink in for Wu Yurong before continuing and telling her not to worry. The most exciting and secret piece of information was yet to come. The Director Wu that he knew was a 42-year-old woman and was still unmarried. Wu Yurong does not say anything and Wu Chen continues that at night when she feels lonely, she always uses that toy from the bottom drawer of the bedside cabinet. This makes Wu Yurong very anxious. He passes a wine glass to Wu Yurong, saying that at her age, it's natural to have a strong urge to do that aspect and he completely understands that. It's determined by hormones, after all, nothing to be ashamed of. He asks if she has ever thought that if life could start over, she would not live it so exhaustedly like this, just like in her song The Dusk After Reckless Revelry is more dazzling than the withering after love decays, the darkness after the deter shines is more intoxicating than the nightfall after the sunset. Wu Yurong is shocked to hear all this. She remembers that it was the song The Dust After Reckless Revelry from 12 years ago that she wrote spontaneously under the influence of alcohol. There was no second person in this world who knew about this apart from her, so how did he know? Unbothered by everything, Wu Chen holds the wine bottle and asks Wu Yurong if she still wants another cup. Wu Yurong, now very shaken, asks him who exactly was he. Her thoughts run wild, wondering that even if one has an extraordinary background, they would not be able to investigate these three matters, so how could Wu Chen know? What kind of special abilities did he possess? It was too mysterious and mystical. Wu Chen tells her not to be too surprised and that he knows even more than that, like how she stole the latest clothing design from the Song family and how she schemed to frame Zhao Huanan, Jin Kai Jun, and Fan Lin. He repeated that as he said before, he understood her better than she understood herself and that he was not there to become her enemy. Wu Yurong thinks that he knew about things that could put her in jail. He really made people unable to rest and sleep at night. Now there were only two choices, either kill him and make him disappear or develop the closest relationship with him and leverage his abilities. But he was too mysterious, so making him disappear was out of option. In other words, she had only one option. She compliments in her thoughts that he did have a handsome and attractive appearance, coupled with a young and strong physique. Finally, taking the wine glass from Wu Chen, she answers that it was a deal. Since they were not becoming enemies, they could continue to the main topic. Mr. Wu should have no way to escape dealing with the Ding family. Wu Chen clicks his glass with hers and replies that the plan will soon be expedited and he hopes that Director Wu can join their side. If she can come over, not only will she be safe but her career can also advance further. Wu Yurong praises that Wu Chen was working hard for Miss Li, but when he held her like a princess, was he not afraid that Miss Li would get jealous? Wu Chen replies arrogantly that Su Kuangying is also his woman and Ruobing does not get jealous at all. She is not an average woman after all. Wu Yurong compliments that it was no wonder that the outcome regarding the matter of the Jin Fu Board of Directors turned out that way, while internally she wonders if that meant that even if she took this step, she would not be an intruder in Wu Chen and Li Ruobing's relationship. Since Li Ruobing does not mind, she will not have any trouble. It was decided for her. She places her glass down and reaches out her foot into Wu Ken's lap, saying that she thought she had enough of her drinking. She invites Wu Chen if he would like to come to her place for some tea to sober up. Wu Chen holds her foot and helps it into her heels, answering that since Director Wu wants to drink tea, then they could drink tea. As planned, Wu Yurong and Wu Chen enter her house, and she asks if he has time left today, to which Wu Chen replies that he did. Without further ado, getting her heels off her feet, Wu Yurong grabs Wu Ken's shoulder. Wu Chen is not surprised at all. He pulls away and says that this kind of thing should be initiated and done by the man. He runs a thumb on her lower lip and questions if it will be alright doing it at the doorstep. Wu Yurong just hums in reply. Wu Chen tells Wu Yurong to not be impatient, and then he scoops her in a bridal carry, saying that he already told her that he had a lot of time to spend today. Entering the bedroom, he throws her on the bed. Wu Yurong wraps her arms around him, telling him that he has to work hard with a sultry look. With time skipped after the night, Song Xuan enters the house and is surprised to see an extra pair of shoes on the doorstep. She panics and calls for her mother, asking if she is home and not to scare her. Inside the bedroom, Wu Yurong jolted up in shock, exclaiming that it was not good. Zuan was back. She turns her head and orders Wu Chen to quickly go under the bed to hide. Song Xuan opens the room door to find her mother half naked in the bed. Wu Yurong mutters her name embarrassedly. Song Xuan gets out of the room, saying that she misunderstood and thought that there was a burglar at home. It turned out that there was an uncle here. She closed the door saying that she was leaving. Wu Yurong blushes and Wu Chen comes out from under the bed, pointing at her ringing phone and repeating the word uncle jokingly. Wu Yurong picks up a phone call and is left with a surprised reaction. As Wu Yurong attends the call, she says that Wu Chen dropped his phone next to her. The speaker on the line asks if Wu Chen came to look early for her again in the morning. Wu Yurong denies, saying that he did not. The speaker probes further that if he did not, then did Director Wu go find him? Wu Yurong replies no once again, and the speaker questions where they were. Wu Yurong answered with a confident tone that they were in her house, and the speaker was speechless for a second before they asked whether the Director Wu asked Wu Chen to stay overnight yesterday, and if they slept together, to which Wu Yurong replied yes. On the other side of the call, we see Li Ruobing, thinking that Wu Chen had managed to win over Wu Yurong in just one day. He was really impressive and she could not even do anything about it. But when that woman acted with such an attitude, it did annoy her. She speaks on the call to Director Wu that they need to talk. Wu Yurong agrees and tells her to come to Nanchang. Wu Chen asks Wu Yurong if that was Ruobing on the phone, and Wu Yurong replies that he was her and that she was coming over right now. She further told him that she was going to shower first and then left the room. Outside the room, she sees Song Xuan and questions if she was going to leave just when she had arrived. Song Xuan replies with a question of her own. Won't she be disturbing them if she were to stay home? She also asks who the uncle is and if he is someone she has met before. Wu Yurong asks why she was so curious about it, and Song Xuan answers that although it was a bit awkward today, it was better to seize the opportunity to get to know each other. After all, they will eventually have to interact with each other in the future. Wu Yurong pats her head and Song Xuan leaves, saying that if she did not want to tell her, then it should be forgotten. She can introduce her to the uncle some other time. Wu Yurong just mutters the words "this child" behind her. 40 minutes later, Li Ruobing arrives at the house and is greeted by Wu Chen. In reply, she compliments her dear Mr. Wu that he always manages to bring her surprises. Wu Chen thanks her for the compliment and asks if she is jealous. Li Ruobing says that she knows He's very capable, but can he not go a day without making her angry? Can he not be a bit more considerate towards her? Wu Chen comes closer to her and calls her name sweetly, proclaiming an "I love you" into her ear. Ruobing is stunned to hear that and thinks that he was suddenly saying such words that she could not believe the fearless and bold Wu Chen was actually trying hard to coax her. Almost on the verge of losing her calm, she scolds herself internally, thinking that she almost could not hold it together. She needs to stay calm. She walks away from him, questioning if he has ever proactively said such words to anyone else before, to which Wu Chen replies that he has not. Ruobing turns and tells him that she also loves her. Wu Chen grabs her by the waist, making her yell to wait for a minute. Su Kuangying might cause a scene if she finds out, then how will he handle it? He assures her not to worry and that no one will make a scene. Ruobing mutters that it's okay and she knows now. Wu Chen lets her go, saying that he is going home first and she can have a private conversation with director Wu slowly. Wu Yurong enters the room, apologizing for making Li Ruobing wait. Li Ruobing tells her that they are all busy people and she suggests that they skip unnecessary arguments and be straightforward with each other. Wu Yurong asks Li Ruobing what she meant. Li Ruobing places her hands on her waist, ordering that she wants Wu Yurong to kneel down and apologize to her. Wu Yurong merely smiles, saying that she does not understand why she should apologize to her. Li Ruobing says that if she, Wu Yurong, slept with her man, she should at least greet her. Wu Yurong answered that was it even necessary, he would not marry her and she never thought of getting married again. They are just enjoying life and Therese no obstacle to their future together. Lu Ruobing replies arrogantly that Wu Yurong is not the first woman to sleep with Wu Chen and she will not be the last either. There was no difference between her and the others. Wu Yurong mocks that she had expected Li Ruobing to have no pressure handling Su Qingying, yet she seemed to lack confidence when it came to her. And that she heard that Li Ruobing has not yet moved in with Wu Chen. Li Ruobing answers that Wu Chen can be unpredictable in his actions sometimes. Before he said he would become Su Kuangying's man in just one day and he did it. And Su Qingying was willing to be his little lover in just one day. Now director Wu was also the same as her, it was quite amazing. Wu Yurong glares, internally wondering if what Li Ruobing was saying meant that she and Su Kuangying could only be treated as insignificant or lesser. That was not right at all. Destroying the Ding family, Wu Chen puts in more effort but is not in a hurry to possess her, which means that what he wants to gain first is Li Ruobing's heart. This kind of patience was indeed different from how he treated her and Su Kuangying. Was this his exclusive indulgence and favoritism towards only Li Ruobing? Li Ruobing tilts her head and speaks again that she is giving Wu Yurong another chance. The latter hesitates and questions why was she being so aggressive. Li Ruobing brings her face closer to Wu Yurong and orders her to kneel down and apologize. Wu Yurong smiles and hums before placing a hand on her shoulder and kissing her forehead. Li Ruobing is shocked by her actions and wonders internally why was Wu Yurong kissing her. Wu Yurong plays innocent by saying that she does not really get what Li Ruobing is saying while internally thinking that she completely understood Li Ruobing's feelings, thus the KIS was her returning the favor for Mr. Wu kissing her. She smiled, playing with her hair and telling Li Ruobing that she was sorry, and if she was satisfied now. Li Ruobing furrows her eyebrows, gravely muttering "AU," but before she says anything more, Wu Yurong continues, that it was such a pity that she was not here last night, the three of them would have been. She stops in her speech, letting Li Ruobing's thoughts run wild, thinking what kind of nonsense this woman was talking about. Wu Yurong addresses Ruobing as Miss Li and questions if she felt the sincerity of her apology or if she would like to apologize to her again. Li Ruobing loses her composure and yells for her to have some respect. While internally thinking that only someone who was sick in the head would say something like that and there was no use in communicating with someone like this. She turns on her heels, bidding farewell by saying that it was not saying that a goodbye since there was nothing to say. After Li Ruobing leaves, Wu Yurong thinks that their relationship cannot deteriorate right off the bat. They could only either become sisters or keep their distance from bothering each other. She felt sorry that she could only use these tactics to push Li Ruobing away. After all, she had really fallen for Wu Chen. While driving her car, Li Ruobing calls Wu Chen, who immediately asks if they have finished talking. Li Ruobing says angrily, could he please find a woman who was normal in the future? Why were they all crazy? Wu Chen asks what happened, to which Li Ruobing replies hesitatingly that she and Qing Ying were already a bit off, but today's incident was even more outrageous. But since it had already passed, she did not want to mention it anymore. Disconnecting the call, Wu Chen thinks it seemed that Wu Yurong handled it skillfully. She did not let Li Ruobing gain the upper hand. Wu Yurong probably will not proactively provoke Li Ruobing after this example. After all, Li Ruobing could be resolute to the end without caring for any consequences, which was way much more than Wu Yurong could handle. Redialing on his phone, Wu Chen calls Li Ruodi, who asks if something serious happened to him. The scene changes and we see Li Ruodi yelling Lao Dao ran away. He is in a hospital, making a fuss over a patient and cursing at him, saying how dare he act recklessly in his territory, plotting against his brother-in-law. Did they also want to plot against him? He comes closer to the man, ordering in a loud voice to tell him quickly, who else besides Ding Rulong had been placed in Donghai and what were their plans. On not getting any reply, he gets even more angry, taunting that it was no use acting deaf. If he did not, he would even pull the trigger. Behind him, Wang Zhuangyuan tries to console him, saying that Brother Chen will come to talk to him soon after all, and it's not good to confront him right now. Li Ruodi lights a cigarette, saying that what he just said makes sense. He then leaves the room, ordering his men to go out for a smoke and not scare him with their number of people. Behind them, a nurse screams about where the patient was and where he had gone. Li Ruodi rushes back, only to find the bed empty. He curses at him. Wang Zhuangyuan points at the window, saying that it was open. Li Ruodi wonders how that man had the strength to climb the steel pipe and escape even after being injured like that. We see him on a call with Wu Chen, reporting to him that the patient disappeared when they were smoking outside. But not to worry, since he had sent people to look for him, and him being injured like that, he could not have gone far. They would definitely find him. Wu Chen questions what was he trying to hide, explaining all this in one breath. In his mind, he thinks that before he met Lao Dao, the only person who could pressure him was Li Ruotai. Coupled with this difficulty in explaining when something goes wrong, how it happened was very clear. Li Ruodi panics, saying that it like that, and the truth was. Wu Chen dismisses his sentence by saying that he knows and he will find the person. On the other side, Li Ruodi panics even more, sulking about Wu Chen hanging up on him. He had also wanted to help him find Lao Dao. Wu Chen gets dressed in an all-black outfit, remembering that according to the 1,000-year samsara, he remembered that the only place Lao Dao could go to is there. Lao Dao cannot escape him and they will definitely meet very soon. The scene opens with Wu Chen in Shunkao Xianmen 2nd Street, Western District. He remembered that this was the place. Ding Rulong was in Donghai and he had prepared some houses for his subordinates to escape, which were commonly referred to as safe houses. The one where Wu Chen was in, right now, was the one safe house that had never been used. He reaches out his hand over the doorframe and retrieves a key, thinking that Lao Dao was seriously injured and he was wearing a patient's gown while escaping. He would have definitely found a way to change clothes on the way and avoiditize men. He would not have made it in time. As he opens the door of the house, he notices that the furniture is all there and there is even a touch of warmth. Swiping his fingers across the table, he figured there was no dust, as if someone had come to clean it regularly. They had thought of everything to enhance the popularity of this house, so it did not seem suspicious when someone came to a house that had not been inhabited for years. Looking around this house, the things they have placed here could only be in a code-locked box. Shuffling around the house, Wu Chen found a suitcase. As he pried its locks open, he felt happy, considering that lock-picking and box opening were the most basic skills he had mastered in the millennia of reincarnation, and thus, the password had been cracked. He opens the suitcase, only to find it filled with documents, money, a cell phone on the exterior, and a handgun, bullets in a secret interior. Wu Chen thought that with these things here, Lao Dao was sure to come. He took out his phone and called Li Ruotai. The latter immediately picked up, asking if Wu Chen had found it. Wu Chen ordered him to ask the hospital to send an ambulance to Xianmen 2nd Street, Western District. After 2 minutes the door of the house reopens to reveal a worn-out masked man. He enters the house and is immediately shocked to see that someone is inside the house. He did not think twice before launching himself at the intruder with a knife in his hand. Wu Chen grabs his wrist, asking in a low voice why go this far. Lao Dao is surprised to see that it was Wu Chen. He remembers their previous meeting in the elevator and thinks that there was no way he could beat him now while he was seriously injured. He had not been able to beat Wu Xing even when he was not injured. As if replying to his thoughts, Wu Chen tells him to relax and that if he had wanted to kill him, he would already have been dead in the elevator. He had already called an ambulance for Lao Dao and his injuries could not withstand this kind of ordeal. Lao Dao retreats, seeing that he does not seem to want to fight. He should run. Wu Chen took a seat on the sofa, speaking confidently, addressing to old Daro as Malingshan and asking if he really did not want to talk to him. Lao Dao was stunned into speechlessness. Wu Chen monologued in his mind that this man, at the age of 21, faked his death at a car accident scene, fooled the police, changed his name 4 times in exile in Myanmar, and finally became Liu Yindao. Meanwhile, Liu Yindao was panicking in his head, thinking that whether it was the Golden Flower Group or the Ding family, no one knew that his real name was Malingshan. That name was as good as dead in the eyes of the law, so how did Wu Chen find out about it? In other words, he might have also dug up information about his parents and 2 sisters. He gripped his knife tighter, coming to the conclusion that for the sake of his family, today there was no choice but to fight desperately. Wu Chen stands up from the sofa, saying that perhaps Liu Yindao was right, protecting your family from harm was something every man should do. He pushed forward the gun saying that he was giving him a chance. Liu Yindao decided to take the gun, it was the only chance. Wu Chen says that he could pick up the gun, there were bullets in it and then he could kill Wu Chen directly. Liu Yindao grips the gun with shaking hands, pointing it at Wu Chen. The latter spoke once again, or maybe there were no bullets in the gun, he might just be teasing the former. Throwing a gamble toward the man, Wu Chen challenged if he was going to bet. With conflicted thoughts, Lao Dao wondered if gambling was the only option left. The scene reopens with Lao Dao facing Wu Chen, thinking that it was a load of nonsense, trying to intimidate him with a gun. Being so close, pulling out a gun, aiming, and pulling the trigger, these 3 actions are required by the gun. Faced with Wu Chen, too many steps are equal to courting death. Lao Dao questions Wu Chen if he thinks that he will not kill him. Wu Chen replied that he was not gambling. Addressing him as Lao Li, he said that he was as steady as ever, handling things with stability. And he had not uttered a single word of the information he knew about him to anyone else. Lao Dao replies curtly that there was no need to use these words to distract him, it was pointless. Wu Chen says that he already said it, he just wanted to talk to him. In reply, Lao Dao asks what he wants to talk about. He did not tell Li Teruo about the Ding family and he will not tell Wu Chen either. Wu Chen answered calmly that he knew things that did not require Lao Dao to tell him. Like Ding Rulong's most lethal leverage, Wang Ruida from the Wang family, whom he arranged for Lao Dao to kill. Lao Dao is shocked upon listening to this information. He wonders gravely that in the entire world, only Ding Rulong, him, and the leader of the Golden Flower Group Kunyan knew about these things. How could Wu Chen know? Wu Chen continues talking. Ang Tun, Ding Rulong killed him. Ang Tun was one of the core figures in the Golden Flower Group, the leader's nephew, and the strongest competitor to inherit the group. He mysteriously died 5 years ago. Upon the leader's order, Lao Dao had pursued the killer for years and found nothing. For Lao Dao, this had been a major regret in his life, and uncovering the murderer of Ang Tun was an unfinished wish of his. Wu Chen finishes his speech by stating confidently that this was also Ding Rulong's second piece of leverage. Lao Dao questions, leverage or not, without evidence, Was he not just spouting words? Internally he thinks that first Wu Chen gave him real information, then he followed with fake information to deceive him. He was actually trying to make him betray the Ding family. He grabs the gun again, pointing it at Wu Can's forehead, yelling that they had nothing more to talk about. On seeing Wu Can smirk, he taunted that he would not be laughing the next moment. Then, he covered the gun's nozzle with a cushion and fired the bullet. Wu Chen skillfully dodged it. Lao Dao questions that he had even drawn his gun. Was Wu Chen not the least bit afraid? Wu Chen says calmly that he believes Lao Dao will not shoot him. Lao Dao exhaled heavily, thinking that there was no hint of fear or hesitation on his face. After so many years in this industry, it was the first time that he encountered someone like Wu Chen. He threw away the gun and the cushion. He says that since Wu Chen was staking his life on this message, then he would believe what he had just said. Ang Tun was killed by Ding Rulong. Wu Chen replies that he had said it as if Wu Chen was deceiving him and he will not pursue it anymore. He will not fabricate a regret like his. Then he invited Lao Dao to show him the evidence. Lao Dao yells in shock if there is actually evidence. Wu Chen orders him to sit and then he takes out a smartphone and a SIM card, saying that if Lao Li really wants to know the truth, he needs to tell a lie. If he could deceive this person, he would reveal the real story to him. Lao Dao looked at him warily, humming in question. Wu Chen turns on the phone, telling Lao Dao to call Jiang Chua and telling him that he escaped. He will ask him what happened and Lao Dao must tell him that Li Ruobing came with people in time. He tried to take her hostage but failed, and Li Ruobing got hurt. See how he reacts and then talk about Ang Tun. Lao Li takes the phone and then dials the number and chants the lie that Wu Chen fabricated for him to tell. The receiver sounded confused, praising him for escaping but questioning him. But then he repeated his words, asking what he had just said. He tried to take Li Ruobing hostage and even hurt her. Lao Dao hesitates and says she is not seriously injured. The receiver curses, saying that he did not warn him not to touch Li Ruobing. He told him that if she was Wu Chen, he should not lay a finger on her. Lao Dao says that he had already done it, he had to save his own life first. The receiver curses again and Lao Dao replies, referring to Master Jiang if he could be a bit more polite. He took money to get things done and if their intel is wrong, it's not his problem. He was warning him, he was clear of the Ding family's miss, he had been hiding the fact that these people killed Ang Tun from the start. And if it were not for their old relationship. He finished his speech with a humph. Master Janag sounded worried and questioned when he had found out about Ang Tun. This left Lao Dao shocked to speechlessness. Wu Chen takes the phone from his hands, calling the name of the receiver. Jiang Chuan questions agitatedly why was he with Lao Li. Wu Chen ignores the question and instead asks if Ding Rulong was not in South Guang City. Had he gone back to his hometown to see old Master Ding? Jiang Chuan, on the other side of the receiver, thinks that he had heard last night when he returned to South Guang City that the young master had gone back to his hometown for urgent matters. So Lao Dao actually injured Li Ruobing. This undermined the foundation of the alliance between the Ding and Li families. The two families were about to become enemies. Yes, it must be like that. Otherwise, why would the young master rush back like that? Jiang Chuan continues thinking, he was the one who arranged everything and he messed it up. He was just waiting for the young master to return to South Guang City and everything would fail for him. Wu Chen says good luck to Jiang Chuan and disconnects the call. Wu Chen tells Lao Dao that Jiang Chuan would not inform the Ding family. People about to be sacrificed will not remain loyal to the Ding family, no matter how loyal they were before. Lao Dao doesn't say anything and Wu Chen continues talking. Jiang Chuan doesn't want to die, after all, his wife and child were abroad and he still had plenty of money left in overseas accounts. If he planned to flee the country, he would definitely go here first, to collect things alone. Wu Chen showed a location on the phone. Then he addresses Lao Dao, ordering him to have his people in South Guang set up and catch Jiang Chuan. Lao Li said this bunch of people, daring to kill Ang Tun, let alone him, Working for the Ding family, it was not worth it. He agreed to Wu Qin's orders and said that he had fulfilled one of his wishes and he owed him for that. He would catch Jiang Chuan. Suddenly there was a sound outside the door, startling Lao Li. He wondered what was the sound outside the door. It seemed quite a few people had come. He pondered hard if Wu Chen would try any tricks on him again.
I've been stuck in my ways, stuck in my ways, stuck in my ways. Smoke a lot of haze, pay is getting it is, but I won't ever change. I've been stuck in my ways, stuck in my ways, stuck in my ways. People start to change, for it'll change, but I don't think it's strange.